scattered, feels wrong. On the ground perhaps. Got shadows in my sights, just trees and doubt. A trigger twitch away from laying hell out. We came to crush, to burn, to start a fight. But I swear the dark is breathing on my right. Too perfect. Shadows in my sights. Where's the bite? Before the bite. Close enough. Time to saw. Yo, Joe, listen up. I got a story to tell about a guy named Logan. Oh, he's so swell. He's the G.I. Joe gamer. Cool and witty. Talking about those characters, heroes, and villains. At midnight we shout. Yo, Joe. Talking about the Joe team and a Cobra Tide. Joe's got snake eyes, the silent ninja in black. Quick with his swords, he'll give you a heart attack. Then there's Duke, the leader, so bold, gung-ho, always ready to fight and make those cameos. And we can't forget about Scarlet, the ultimate girl power. A fierce warrior, she'll make her enemies cower. Cobra's got Destro to supply the weapons. Cobra Commander plots and schemes. See, ruling the world in his dreams. Zartan is never what he seems. And Baron is rocks that black leather outfit. Shoots you quick and slip out the back of the pit. Yo, Joe, Cobra. Logan's here to give his G.I. Joe takes. Oh yeah, yo, Joe. Cobra, talking about the characters, it's a G.I. Joe thing.
Mature content warning. On Logan's Joe Takes, strategic commentary may include strong language, heated opinions, classified references. Time to call in the Joes. Opposing forces may attempt audio interference. Logan's Joe Takes. Mission begins now.
Cobra! I'm Logan, the G.I. Joe gamer. Tonight we're talking about the most infamous Cobra Vipers ever. Welcome to Joe Takes. This is Joe Takes 66, and tonight we're talking about Saw Viper. And I'll get into his character in a little bit. We got a few folks to say hello to. We got Cool Gamer. Hey, Cool Gamer. Berdazzle popped in. It's good to see you, Berdazzle. Look at this. We got Jess. Yo. It's Jess Laws. How you doing, Jess? Hey, Jess. I still need those lines there so I can finish the next video. I got this video done for tonight, but for next week, I just need your voices now. I got everybody else's. All right, let's do this. We need some music in the bottom. I'm gonna turn that down so we can chat. All right, how we start a Joe Take all the time is with the action figure. And man, I used to have 3 of these bad boys, but I parted them out for all sorts of different things. Their parts matched a lot of people. So I've got an extra one of these guns, but it's broken, and I try to tape it to keep it in place, but it's old. And so I still have 2 of my Saw Viper backpacks, but you know, I do have everything but the bipod that goes on the end of the gun. You know, I may have it somewhere. I have so many accessories and bags and crap, but you know, it came with this gun that's so massive. Yeah, even the handles are too big. You know, he's so old. If I put it in his hand, I'll probably break the fingers off. But the gun's pretty cool, and I like the way the belt, the ammo belt of that 60 caliber or 50 caliber bullets. They feed from the backpack, and it stays on there really good. I mean, it just, you push it on there and it stays. Back in the days when you had the backpack that you put it in the back and it stayed. Yeah. Somehow they lost this technology. So we got you guys saying hi. My queen. It's all good. But the Saw Viper, let's check him out here. Purple, black, green, Saw Viper. Got that little comms device on his face there. Now, they do carry that over into the classified. We'll take a look at the modern figure here in a second and see if they carried it over to that. But this is the Saw Viper. Typical Cobra Trooper. Just the colors are purple and maroon, and I like the green visor, and the black shirt is awesome. And he's got that green belt buckle. But then other than that, it's just all black and purple all over this figure. An interesting look. There's some artwork that looks pretty cool for him. I do like this image right here. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, it's when he decides, you know, they've got jail prisoners, and he decides that, you know, he's the one that's going to step up and execute the prisoners. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. That's why he's so infamous. Let me see here. We got just saying that's how I said the first Viper line, which I want to read. You did redo it. You already sent it to me. You're not happy with the one you resent me? Well, send it to me. Whatever you want to send me, and I'll pick the best one. But so that's the Saw Viper. Yeah, I don't know if Ferdazzle's still in there, but she might be just. She likes to pop in and say hi. I pop in on her channel and say hi. She does some really cool area stuff. Cool Gamer, do you have anything on your channel? I popped over there a couple times, but I didn't see anything. So let's see now. For the for the early 2000s, that was the only vintage Saw Viper that came out. But in the early 2000s, they brought out a few here and there, and they were different. And yeah, I never picked them up. You know, there were so many that they brought out for the Valor versus Venom, the G.I. Joe versus Cobra, and the Spy Troops. There were so many different Vipers and stuff that they brought out. I'm glad you're doing good today too. Yeah, there was no way to pick up that entire run. I mean, I'd have to be rich to pick up that. I mean, seriously, there were so many. We're talking about over 100 figures that came out like each year of crap, and it's like it was way. They oversaturated the market with G.I. Joe in the early 2000s. It was just crazy. It started out really small in 2000. There was like hardly any, and in 2001 a little bit more, and in 2002 a little bit more, and in 2003 it like exploded. And for like the next 3 years, they had nothing but G.I. Joe, and it was great because I was picking up a lot of new G.I. Joe, but I didn't get a Saw Viper. Like I said, they came out with a couple, but in the modern line, the 25th anniversary style, for the 50th anniversary, they brought out a 3-pack with a Saw Viper. They had a convention exclusive as well with the correct colors that matched the original, but I never got to go to the conventions. I never had the money or the means. It was always so far away from me. But so I never got into the convention exclusive. And back then, you know, we have eBay and crap now, so we can order that stuff, but we didn't back then. We're talking late 90s, early 2000s. And for that was I think that was we started having the internet then, and there were ways to get it, but it just wasn't. They weren't out there even then, and I wasn't really into it. Now, so they like I said, they came in a 3-pack with. I really got this 3-pack for the female Cobra officer that was in it. She was really cool, and coincidentally enough, Jess, that was my original Viper that I said was Viper. So I should have showed it off in my Viper video, but I forgot. But it also came with a Battle Android Trooper and this really light colored purple Saw Viper. Now he does have two knives. That one of them is on his back there. I don't know if you can see that in that sheath there, and it just pops out. So he's got a knife, and he's got one on his chest over here. You can probably see that barely, but when I pull it out, and you see the knife, and just sheaths in right there on his chest, which was cool, and it was leading to what they were going to do with the classified line. Then he came with two of these big old guns. I mean, that one's kind of cool, and it's got the ammo box, and then you have this big old M60 with the 50 millimeter bullets. However, these 50 millimeter bullets do not go into the 50 millimeter gun. These bullets are twice the size of the hole they have on this. Let me see if I can get it up there. There's like a hole in this gun, and maybe you can see it in this one right here. You see that little hole right there? Yeah, they expected this massive belt to go through this little hole. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Quality control Hasbro, but happy to get more people in here. I don't know, Jess. I'm not worried about it. I'm giving my Joe take. I'm glad you guys are here. And I'm happy to see you. But let's talk some G.I. Joe and Cooper. So I did like the fact that his battle stand he came with has his name on it, which is pretty cool. Like I said, I never got the convention exclusive. But other than that, those were the only two 25th anniversary style or modern line that they came out with for the Saw Viper. Now, for the classified, they came out with a really good, and I compare them up. But, here's his box, and it says, Saw Viper, and then it puts in parentheses, semi-automatic weapon, which is what Saw stands for. It doesn't have anything to do with an actual saw, but that's how they roll. Of course, you have the information nobody cares about on the side. And then there's the picture of the Saw Viper all geared up. And like I said, in the picture there, he's got the comms underneath his helmet. So they did that, and they did it really well. And he's number 147 in the series. Then they have some badass art on the box. And I'll give you near the end of the episode, I'll play my own Joe takes and give you a closer look at all of it. I took a bunch of really cool pics and images, and it comes up better when I do it that way. So that's why I like to shoot on Joe takes. It gives me a promo, and makes it so you get a better look. So here's the vintage, and then we'll put it right next to the classified. Now, I do like the update on a lot of this stuff. It's a very, very good update to the figure. I have to say, made the likeness fairly much the same. Well, there, I see. Welcome, I Am Legend. But we know this is Jess. Hello, Jess again. He made a pose to make people come. All right, we'll see what happens. But we've got this badass Saw Viper figure for the classified line. Now, his machine gun is kind of a mix between both of the ones that came with the modern figure. Kind of a combination of both of these. The bullets actually do go into the gun. They fixed that. And into the backpack so well. They slide in there and they go way in there and they don't come out. Now, comparing this to his original gun, I mean, all it's missing is a big sight, but it's a machine gun. Why would you have a scope on a machine gun? The sight, So here we go. Now, the one thing that they added to this that I thought was funny, but kind of cool, is a chainsaw on the end of this machine gun. Better look at it. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's cool. Saw Viper, you gave him a chainsaw. I think it's funny because saw stands for semi-automatic weapon and not a saw at all. But they gave him a chainsaw on his machine gun. which, yes, that's, if somebody gets in close, I get it, he can saw them up, I guess it's pretty cool. I thought it was a little silly. And they gave it this square peg, and the plastic is square, and it pops in there. And after a while, it just falls out. So I've got an old trick in there. I've got the piece of paper wedged in there, holding it in place so that it doesn't fall out. Now, if they'd have made it 5-sided or round even, it would have probably stayed better. But the square peg in there, again, with these new backpacks, it's not a very good design. Now they've gotten better with it, and they stay on better now. But when they first started, these backpacks didn't stay. This guy didn't come with a backpack at all. Well, his 50th anniversary, but at least not that I recall. It's a tiny saw. Yeah, there you go. And it's like a little dinky saw, but he's got this. The gun is massive. I'll give you that, and I appreciate that it's not like this one, where if you put the character down and you put next to the character, the gun is actually taller than the character. Let me put them both on the stand there, and you can see that the gun is actually from bottom to top slightly taller than the character. It's pretty crazy. And I've got it, back a little bit, but yeah, you put them right back to back. You can see the gun just barely over his head, and it's like this gun is way too big. And then I'm coming with this little dinky saw. I think that's funny. Yes. Let's see. Read the comment I posted before the saw comment. Yeah, you have to give me a wrench. Apparently, I wasn't subbed to this channel with this account. Oh, okay, all right. I can give you a wrench. Yes, I don't have to, but I will. Yeah, Joe Gamer channel. Yeah, friends of the channel always get wrenches. I'm just teasing. Now, the cool thing, I'm going to take his backpack off. But in order to do that, I have got to disarm this guy, and it's not easy to put this gun in his hand because this pops off. The bullets pop out really easy. They do, however, like I said, got this really cool backpack. Now, everything. There's a peg right there, and all this. What you do have to. I don't have to, Jess. I don't do anything I don't want to. I don't really have to do anything I don't want to. But there are other schools of thought, and I'm fine with that. But like a friend of mine once said, you've got like I said, this goes in here really good, and this backpack, it's like I said, there's just a helio on the bottom that this slides into, but it slides way in there really good. Now, like I said, I had a friend who said this one time. Yes, as far as having to make you a moderator on my channel. That is the unedited clip, so that's what I gave. That's what I gave Jess. And I blame myself. This is the one. But anyway, yeah, that slides in there really good. And this backpack is, like I said, has a peg on the back. And now there is a spot on here, and I can't remember where. Oh yeah, that's right. You have to take the saw off, and it pops on there, and you can have the whole facade. But what I do is there was a part on here, and I wedged it through there instead of trying to use the saw to hold it in place and all that. And so like I said, that saw just falls off, even with that paper wedged in there. But it doesn't stay for crap. But anyway, here you go, Jess.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
There you go. That's my favorite clip again for the hour. And that's Bear the Gen XDM. Great advice, sir. But yeah, this gun is awesome. It's massive, and this part is the only part I don't like. I wish it fed all the way through, but it's barely got this spot in here, and it fits. At least it fits, but it barely pops in there. So with the slightest bit, it falls off, and the saw falls off again. So, like I said, I wedged it in there, and it wasn't good enough. But here's the back of the Saw Viper. Now he's got. You can't really see it very well, but he's got this knife sheath right here. And so he's got this really cool that he can pull out with his left hand. He's got this really cool blade right here. Slides right in there. You're back. Let's see. I'm back. Back to me now. I will do whatever the fuck I want. There you go. See? There we go. It's good advice. I mean, and he finds that clip to be hilarious. So that's the way it works. Yeah, he was live with us yesterday on From the Hill with Just Laws. And he's got a sidearm. So he's got his combat knife and sidearm. So as far as that's concerned, I am a happy camper. It slides right into that holster really good. And so he's got the green belt like the original, got the green visor. You know what's interesting about this character is he's got this big neck guard on him. That's armored neck guard, and it's kind of cool. But you know, the helmet doesn't come on and off very well, so it stays on really good. That I like. Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good, Jess. Yeah, I Am Legend is your Supernova account, but this neck guard just comes right off. And then you can see his face a little better. And he looks like just your standard. He's got a balaclava on there on his head. Balaclava, I don't know how to say it. But the mask. It's like a ski mask only for military purposes, you know, for keeping your face covered. Then on the left-hand side or the right-hand, it's the right-hand side, he has the comms device on his ear, and they painted it silver instead of black, so you can actually freaking see it on the character until you put the helmet on him, and then you can barely see the comms device, which is kind of cool because it covers up that big comms device, and then all you see, like on the original, is the comm device going over to his face, which looks pretty cool. You just try to make sure that your friends know that's you. Yes. Jess and I Am Legend, one and the same. So yes, and then we have Cool Gamer and Cool Gamer 2, one and the same. Thank you all for being here. All four of you. But yeah, this is the Saw Viper figure, and I think this is the longest I've taken to talk about a single figure before, but I like this figure a lot. Now, you have to take the helmet back off in order to put the neck guard on there. And it's got these two little flaps that are supposed to go under the armor, but I never was able to get them under there properly. So I just leave them freestyle out, you know. And I don't know if they're supposed to go under there, but that would make the most sense so that it holds it down. But the helmet does that job very well, so you don't have to worry about it. And once you get the helmet on in the right place with the neck guard, you've got this badass Saw Viper that you can hardly see his face. And there he is. He's got a little cobra symbol right there on his chest. Just a little one. Like I said, we'll take a better look at him in that video near the end. But now we got to jump into who Saw Viper is. And to do that, we're going to take a look at his file card. And here you go.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained special mission force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world. Viper. Heavy machine gunner. Primary specialty, heavy weapons. Secondary specialty, infantry. The Saw Viper is equipped with a gyro-stabilized, cryogenically cooled mini chain gun scoped with an infrared night vision, auto-ranging optical sighting system. This means means that he has a highly accurate, low malfunction machine gun that doesn't burn out the barrel during intense rapid fire bursts. It's nothing for them to zone in on a flea nestled in heavy brush over 800 yards away in pitch darkness and pick it off on one shot. To get pinned down by a saw viper at night. His weapon has an integral sound suppressor, an effective flash inhibitor, and a powerful image intensifier. With all that, you won't even know you're being shot at until you hear the sonic boom from the bullet whipping past your ear!
And that's the file card. Now, listen to that file card again. The sight, the scope here, isn't for long-range shooting like a scope is normally for. It's for night vision, so they can shoot people in the dark accurately. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, it had a reason, but then they don't give you a scope or sight on the new one. So there it goes. But I had a request. Yes, you wanted to see his face up close. And I do have a better shot in the video of that. So when I play the video a little later, you'll be able to see it. So there you go. That is the Saw Viper. And so he's just Cobra's heavy machine gunner, right? With cool gear. Well, Larry Hama took that a step further in the comic book. And this dude, he made a few appearances in the Deke cartoon, but I don't remember any that were significant. He was just used as a trooper, if I recall. I don't think there were any episodes about a Saw Viper. I know they had episodes about range vipers and things like that, but never the Saw Viper to my recollection. But let me see. I'm going to turn these comments off really quick so you guys can get a look at these comics back here behind me, and then I'll turn them right back on in case you guys comment. But these three comics right here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I'll look it up real quick again, Saw Viper first appeared in this issue. He might have appeared in an issue before. Let's see. G.I. Joe, Cobra, Saw Viper. Saw Viper. First comic appearance. First comic book appearance. Google is our friend. 113. Well, that's not true. Yeah, that even the cover they show is issue 110. So they are off. The internet is wrong. Google is wrong. I found it another time when Google was wrong. No, he had first appeared in this issue right here, where he shot Doc in the face. Joes were all prisoners in this pit in Trucial Abysmia, if I remember the name of the country right. And they're all down in this pit, and we're talking they had like the whole whole team that was out. Falcon, Duke, a bunch of vehicle drivers, Quick Kick, Breaker was in there. It was a big team. Cross country, heavy metal, Crazy Legs. I think it was Crazy Legs. There was quite a few down in this pit, and the Saw Viper just came up. Doc, they thought they'd left, so Doc went to check it out, and the Saw Viper with that heavy machine gun just opened fire right in Doc's face. So Doc, G.I. Joe, the Doc, the original Doctor from 1983, it was killed in this issue right here. This is the infamous issue with the infamous Saw Viper, G.I. Joe 109. So they can say 113 on the internet all they want, but they're wrong. Now, it says body count 7 and counting. And it's true because Larry Hama was given the green light to kill off characters in he started doing that right and left. No, Saw Viper. This is the one they show as issue 113. But as you can clearly see, this is issue 110. And this is his second appearance. You see how we got Dead Joe's down here? Yeah. And this is his scene here, right, y'all, where he comes walking out and says, I'll do your little dirty job for you. And because Cobra Commander told Tomax and Zaymot to get rid of the Joes, which they interpreted as kill them. What Cobra Commander went was let them go, get rid of them. But, orders can be misinterpreted in a battlefield sometime. And, he stepped up and he shot Heavy Metal, Crankcase, Thunder, and Doc for sure in the pit. Then Cross Country and Duke and Falcon, they jumped out of the pit and started fighting with him. Then they got pushed back in the pit. Cross Country stole the knife, and then Cobra Commander got mad because he realized that they had killed them, and he told them to stop shooting the Joes and let them go. The ones in the pit, they left them down there, whoever was left. And it was just Breaker, Quick Kick at that point, Duke, Falcon, and Cross Country that had survived the pit massacre. And it wasn't the G.I. Joe pit, it was just a pit that they were in. And it was a Saw Viper who gunned them down. Now, a few issues later, the Ninja Force, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Jinx, and Scarlet. I'm pretty sure Jinx was with them. They took that sucker out. Snake Eyes saw him through a skylight. Cobra Commander was rewarding him because he's the first Viper to ever have official Joe body count. And so they were having a big party, and Snake Eyes took that guy out. But so that Saw Viper met his demise. But later on, another Saw Viper. The only other comic book cover appearance, as I recall, and he's all, anybody home? They broke into the pit and were attacking the pit. This was a very, very cool issue with Airtight and Barbecue defending the pit, and they kicked these dudes' asses. But that's just another issue of Larry Hama Joe verse. That's so awesome. Thanks. You can't take his mask off. No, unfortunately not. The balaclava. There's a food very similar. One's one or the other, and I can't ever remember the mask that the soldiers wear. And it has a funny name to it. And I always get it mixed up with the food. Balaclava, I think, is what it is. Baklava, I think, is the food, if I recall correctly. I could be wrong. But that is the story of the infamous Saw Viper. And how he met his demise shortly thereafter, a few issues later. So it didn't feel that short when you were reading it, collecting the issues, which I did back in the day. Attack the pit, darkness. Yes, they did. They came down in the pit, and the Joes were ready for him, and Airtight and Barbecue just messed them up. It was awesome. Battle Android Troopers, Vipers, they took them all out. It was badass, but they were ready for him. So that's how it is. When you're ready for somebody, you have a better time of defending yourself. And Joe's on their own turf. It was nice to see. That's kind of the media appearances. Saw Viper may have been in a commercial. I don't remember. I don't think he was in a commercial for a comic book. Saw Viper, for me, he's just another Viper. I mean, he's a heavy machine gunner. Sometimes he can be, like anybody else. They have their own personalities. You're attacking the darkness. Yeah. Saw Viper has a big part in G.I. Joe Lady Bloodright in this one scene that I'm going to play for you tonight. It's Act 2, Scene 7, which means we're moving right along with Scene 7 would be, with the preamble, would be the 8th part out of 11, or 12 technically. We've got 10 scenes. We got the preamble and the finale, which finale is going to be massive. But so we've got Saw Viper tonight. Next week we got a video featuring Leatherneck in a scene, and I'm almost done with that, but I need voices from somebody in the audience. Where's the Mountain Dew? Yes, over by the Cheetos on the fridge. Duh. Yes. So after that, there's I have a Leatherneck Xandar, the video for Xandar, and Red Power Ranger Fan 27 is really getting into doing the Xandar voice. He also is doing the voice of rock and roll. You're getting drunk? Yeah, I kind of figured something was up, Jess. But and then March of the Iron Grenadiers. And those will be the last parts I show on Joe Takes. But then I'll do the finale, and I'll put the entire movie together in a little premiere over on the G.I. Joe Gamer channel. And as the movie G.I. Joe From the Hill, G.I. Joe Lady Bloodright. So FTA. It's a From the Hill production, and we're having fun with it. Jess Laws has been making some really cool voices for me. I loved your Viper voice for the last one that I shared in my Falcon video last week. This one I got a very cool scene for you tonight. I had a lot of fun with this. You got Vipers going up against Night Force. It's pretty badass. So I had some fun with this one. And I got all the voices for this one. I was ready last week. So. But for next week, I still need some voices, Jess. I'm teasing you, Jess. When you can. Okay, so that's going to take us to this G.I. Joe Lady Bloodright clip. Because, not much more to say about Saw Viper and his Viper with a machine gun. I mean, you can make him cool or not cool. Larry Hama made him very cool or uncool, depending on your opinion. You're not, haha, okay. One way or the other, if you're getting drunk or you're not getting drunk, it's up to you, Jesse. You're a grown lady. You can make your own decisions. Not for you. Oh, okay. All right. All right. So, like I said, it's a Viper. If you want to make a Viper cool, you can make a Viper cool. If you want to make a Viper a badass, you can make him a badass. Because, they're troops, they're soldiers. And you can imagine them however you want. And for me, I didn't really care. I had 3 of these. Like I said, one was my brother's. He gave them to me. He didn't care either. And so I parted the other 2 out to fix other figures. And I kept the one because I was a lot collector as well as somebody who played with toys. Even at 20 years old, I still play with them. So I'm 55 now. I still play with my G.I. Joes. Yes, you'll see in a minute how I play with my G.I. Joes now. I do it on film, on camera. But Larry Hama made him cool. And after that, I was like, man, this dude's cool. And so I started having cool adventures with the Saw Viper. It's up to you. Now, did I have a cool adventure with this Saw Viper? Let's find out. Let's play the G.I. Joe Lady Bloodright clip, because that is my take on Saw Viper. But I've got some more stuff to show you tonight before I take off. So let's get into this. I got to play this first.
Hilt fan play motion. You will see hands. Figures are plastic but the voices are real. It's from the hilt. Let's play.
Now when I do that for the movie, I'm going to change that to some of the voices are real, because some of the voices are AI. In fact, a lot of them are. Because I didn't want my voice to be the only voice in there, and I have a few other people doing voices, but not enough for all the voices and all the lines of dialogue in a G.I. Joe movie. And you'll see what I mean here. You might have your spy song ready for tomorrow. It's not exactly anime related, but it could be. Yeah, that's for Radio from the Hilt tomorrow night on From the Hilt. We're finishing up our gothic horror Tim Burton month. Tiger has some really great songs. She's got one that's out on the channel right now called The Old Tree, or just Old Tree. And then she's got one coming out called Piano that's really, really good. So we'll show it tomorrow night for the first time on Radio from the Hilt. So members can watch them already on From the Hilt. Might have your okay, yeah. I already read that one. Okay, all right. So let's do this. Let's get into this. And so I'm gonna pull myself off the screen here and make sure that this is full screen. But let's get this video played so that we can have some fun. And I hope you enjoy this clip from G.I. Joe Lady Bloodright. Now just remember, this is the incomplete form. I may add more sound effects and fix the music a little bit. This is my first draft, as it were, of this video. So here we go. We've got G.I. Joe Lady Bloodright Act 2 Scene 6.
Vipers, eyes on me and pay attention. I'm only going to say this once. Shadow Tracker placed Night Force at a gas station to the south a couple of hours ago. Python Viper, take your squad to the south. I'll take mine to the north.
Comms chatter spiked for a bit, then nothing.
They're running silent. Classic Night Force.
Motion sensors are scrambled. Fog's getting too dense.
Go ahead. Let him run. Just means we get to chase them longer. More time to enjoy myself.
These Joes aren't to be underestimated. They took out several night creepers last night, and one of them is supposed to be a ninja.
I don't believe in ninjas. And what are the night creepers then? Elite troopers, skilled in martial arts, that use tricks and tech.
Don't matter what you believe, Alley Viper. Just keep your wits about you and overwhelm them with firepower.
You heard the LT. Now let's move out.
So that's why you want me close. I hit harder than I think.
That's what I'm counting on and worried about. Heh.
We're being watched.
Then we'll make them regret it. Flashbang.
Now.
As requested, Wolf Spider. Claymore's all set. Here you go. Have fun.
You thought this was your script? Here's mine.
I'm hit.
Rat's down. I've got him.
Boss, I got your 6.
Pull back and regroup. They've outflanked us.
Retreat? To hell's with that. I haven't even started my symphony yet.
It's your funeral, but I'm out. Let's go. Leave him to it.
You are loud. I'm not. So no. You are too stupid to say anything but. What?
What? A crawler thinks they can take me out.
No. I didn't need to think. 'Cause I already did.
Spider, you good?
So Viper is down, Captain. Move now.
Thank you.
Not bad, Rawhide. Don't let it go to your head.
Ego is wasted emotion. We either do, or we do not.
Well said, Yoda. And now, fellow shepherds, let's get the flock out of here. Of course, time to go, gentlemen.
Oh, looks like we missed the little party. Run, little Joes, run! Haha.
Stay awake, Rat. I'm not done with you.
And I really hate Kentucky.
Looks like he's stable for now.
Only just. We need to move.
Is he dead?
We'll see. I've stabilized him for now, but if we don't get him a medevac ASAP, it's doubtful he'll survive.
Well, it looks like this round goes to Night Force.
Looks like it. You okay?
That G.I. Joe ninja bitch cut me. Arm's bleeding bad.
I'll scan the wound and see what I can do for you.
Python Viper saved my life, LT.
You two, all that's left of Second Squad?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
That red ninja chick, sir. Fast as lightning. She killed them all. Let's just say that I believe in ninjas now. I'm just glad I'm not the one who has to explain this to Lady Viper.
At least Saw Viper tagged Tunnel Rat with a tracking chip when he shot him. Hopefully, she'll see that as a win.
Good luck with that, LT.
Well, thanks for your support, Alley Viper.
And there's my clip. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That is my take on Saw Viper. Hope you enjoyed it. We have one more video I'm going to play for you. Any outro, but I'm just going to play them together, and I'll see you guys next time. Please join us tomorrow night on From the Hill for our radio From the Hill. We're going to be playing lots of cool music. Bear the Gen X GM even has more music for us, and hopefully Jess Laws will too. I do have one song from Jess that I might be able to put together. Jess, you'll have to let me know. That's cool. So we'll see how things go. Just shared one with us yesterday that I might play tomorrow night. So, and I don't remember the name of it. So I'll have to check it out, and I'll let you know, Jess. All right. On that note, hope you enjoyed my take on Saw Viper and my Bloodright clip. Now it's time for a little bit of On Joe takes, and then the outro. And you'll see what I mean as you look at this video. You'll get a closer up view of the Saw Viper. Troop builder for Cobra. Hope you enjoyed this Joe take, and we'll see you next time on the G.I. Joe Family Channel.
Come on. Breathe in metal, exhale heat. Nothing moves that I don't meet. Gone down.
awaken with a plan. Cobra Commander schemes with his clan. Scarlet Sharp hits hard, flips fast. Destro's armor gleams from the past. Logan's G.I. Joe takes fierce and honest view. Red versus blue, it's up to you. Stay a while and listen for the consumerism. Logan's G.I. Joe's takes given with enthusiasm. Zartan shifting sneaks in disguise. Storm Shadow's blade cut through lies. Baron is cold with her deadly aim. Shipwreck laughs, wins the game. Doc's healing hand in the fray. Flint's shotgun clears the way. Major Blood's battle cry echoes near. General Hawk leads, we cheer. From the hilt on YouTube, tune in for a day. Joe takes to help you with your play. Let's put these characters to the test. Logan's the G.I. Joe gamer, plays it best. Yo, Joe, Cobra, let's go. Let's go. Logan's G.I. Joe takes fierce and honest view. Red versus blue, it's up to you. Stay a while and listen for the consumerism. Logan's